if I could have everybody's attention really quick, if we could keep it quiet, and everybody please listen to what I'm about to say.
Listen up!
Everybody please. So I am Sami Smith. I'm in charge of the teen-to-teen talks. I see a lot of faces here. I know a lot of you. We go to school together. I've seen you around at this party. I've seen you around.
Now let's get real here. So she's standing there looking at the other kids in the crowd and saying, I've seen you around at the party. Does she really need to say that? Don't forget, the idea of these teen talks is to encourage the teens to talk and to identify teens who were at the party. Supposedly, anyway. So, realistically, if she can name kids who were at the party, why can't she just provide a list of names to the police so they can quietly catch up with each of these children and find out what they know and get any digital evidence that they have? But no, Sami has to publicly call it out. I've seen you around at the party. I know you were at the party, so you better come and speak to me and tell me exactly what you saw and what you know, and share with me whatever digital evidence you have. Are you honestly telling me that this is the only option that law enforcement have? Because you have multiple agencies involved in this case, by their own admission. And now you have a teenager saying, I saw you all there at the party. So she's saying that she can name the people who were at the party. So are you going to tell me that there isn't at least a handful of individuals, and don't forget we're talking FBI here as well, who have the skills and experience to take teenagers along with their parents, obviously, and give them a supportive interview to find out what they know? Why is it necessary for Sami to talk to any of these teens? To me, it just sounds like downright intimidation. I know you were at the party. I know who you are and I see you. So you need to come and see me after this.
Please, if you have given a statement to the police, that's fine. I don't care. I need every single teenager here. If you are willing to, and if you can, please realize how serious this is. I need you to come to me right now.
Seriously, this is another red flag. If you've given a statement to the police already, I don't care. You need to come and see me. So let's look at this logically. Like I said, you've got all sorts of agencies involved, including the FBI. If law enforcement had identified that there was a teenager that they needed to follow up more with, they would have trained professionals who would be able to deal with that teen in a supportive manner. It's not this crap that Megan Cole talks about, where they have them there with security guards and they grill them for 8 hours. Perhaps with someone like Sami, if they were a suspect, they might put on a bit of a show. But that's doubtful. Anyone who's followed the Chris Watts case will know that there's professional ways of doing investigations and of doing interviews. And given the number of resources that were originally allocated to this case, there no doubt would have been plenty of law enforcement individuals who were more than capable of doing safe interviews with teenagers who had been identified as being at the party. So to me, this really does just seem like a fishing mission. They need to find out who knows what and perhaps shut people down, perhaps scare people. Is this why teens weren't going forward with information? Is this why we're hearing accounts of teens who were afraid? Because they've been called out publicly by Sami Smith and are perhaps fearful of retribution if they speak out. I think it's fair to say that there have been more than enough separate accounts of a fight occurring at the party between Sami and Kylie for us to have a fairly high degree of certainty that that happened. Which of course then goes back to the question which everybody was asking from day one: why the heck were law enforcement allowing this girl to interview teens anyway?
If you can, please come give us a teen-to-teen talk. We are getting more information that's more personal, completely confidential. Parents, encourage your kids, but do not force them to. This is not something they have to do. It's highly encouraged, but please, all teenagers that are here right now, please come talk to us right now. We're going to be meeting over, actually, you know what, there's someone over there. We're going to meet over here on this side, the other side of the gray pop-up over here. It's behind the trailer, back here. Please meet there. I'm going to be training team members on questions to ask right now. We will be over there in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Please, if you were all teenagers, it doesn't matter if you win. It doesn't matter if you know her or if you've ever even heard of her. We need you there right now, please. This could be what saves her. You could save her life with any information you give us. Please meet us over at that pop-up. Thank you.
So first of all, I'm going to address that last comment. You could save her life with any information you give us. I know that early on and continuously through people covering Kylie's case, people have tried to use that as evidence that Kylie was still alive at that point in time. But I don't buy that. Okay? The way she said that, she was grasping for something to say that was going to be super, super persuasive. She didn't just say it outright as part of her speech. She got to the end of the speech and you could see her grasping around, trying to find something that would be the final convincing thing to get teens to go to her talks. And of course, what could be more convincing than a guilt trip? And that's what it was. You might have some information, you don't know that it's important information, but your information might be what saves her life. If you're a teenager and someone tells you that, and you think, well, I haven't got any information, but wow, I don't want to be the person who's responsible for someone else's death. That comment to me sounds like nothing more than a guilt trip. But let's go back a little bit. And she's saying that she wants all teens to go to her. Doesn't matter if they didn't go to the party. It doesn't matter if they didn't know Kylie. It doesn't matter if they know nothing. Now, if your goal was to find Kylie, why would you be wanting random teenagers who have nothing to do with the situation and know nothing about the situation to come and talk to you? It's really odd. And the only thing that I can think of is shutting down the rumour mill. Because we all know how much teens talk. And no doubt Sami Smith knows how much teens talk. So was she doing her best to shut down the rumour mill before it really took off? She wanted to make sure that every single teen that was there went and saw her so she could make sure that if they did hear something, they didn't talk. That's the way I read it, because otherwise I can't find any other explanation. Why would you want to spend precious time talking to teens who know nothing about the situation if your goal is to get information that will help you to find this missing teenage girl? It's not logical, and it's certainly not a way that you would see law enforcement running an investigation. And I don't think we ever have heard law enforcement ever in any case going, well, come and talk to us even if you know absolutely nothing. I mean, look at the way that old Angela was moaning partway through this case about the number of tips that were being put in, and basically saying that people needed to not put in tips at multiple sources. And yet you've got Sami Smith here saying, I don't care if you know nothing, I still want you to come and talk to us. Now, there was another part to this speech that she did after the press conference. And I know that there were creators who actually got hold of it and put it on their channels. But I've been searching for it and I haven't been able to find it. But if anyone can locate it, or even if you can remember a channel name, please let me know, because I would like to have another look at that follow-up speech that she did also. There will be another analysis of Sami Smith's interviews coming out, possibly maybe today. But that one is 2 separate interviews that she did. Still not the Tony Dodge, the other one in the car and the one in the rec centre. So look out for those. They'll be coming really soon.